It's not the first time Ferrari's messed up the strategy, but put it like this. Ferrari have all the ingredients to win the championship. They have an excellent car, which is capable of winning the championship. They have two great drivers, a pairing which is capable of winning the championship. Sainz is a great driver, but Leclerc is the real deal, and he could win the championship if he had the team behind him. And that is the problem. The strategy is has cost Ferrari the world championship. What is it going to take for Ferrari to not fumble strategy, finish the race with both their drivers on the podium? Because they really could have done it at the last Grand Prix. What I'm trying to understand is, how can viewers like us watching at home understand that the hard is the wrong tyre to go on, but Ferrari cannot see this? They have more data than we do. They're at the race. They can see the other cars are struggling. They know the tyre is at least a second slower per lap, but they still put the tyre on Charles Leclerc's car. At what point do you say enough's enough with the mistakes and something has to change? I mean, over the summer break, they need to go and do some soul searching, make some changes internally, or change procedures, because it cannot happen like this again. You can't have the car, the driver, and the only thing stopping you from winning the title is your strategy. It's ridiculous. But really, this isn't all about Ferrari, is it? It's about Red Bull also, who they deserve the credit for basically pushing Ferrari between a rock and a hard place and force them to make the decision between leaving Leclerc out on the mediums, pitting him to stop the undercut, and they chose to pit. And when they pit, they went onto the hard tyres, which out of all the options they could have done, they made the very worst. So yeah, we have to blame Ferrari for that. But by pulling the trigger early, Red Bull forced Ferrari into having to make the decision. And we all know, less force Ferrari to do stuff under pressure and they're going to make a mistake. And look at the damage that it's caused. In the Drivers' Championship, George has passed Carlos, and in the Constructors, Mercedes is just 30 points behind Ferrari. It's insane. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? The crazy thing is, Ferrari are risking an out-and-out implosion. As in, a racing driver needs to be able to trust their team. The team has more info than a driver. The driver's doing nearly 200 miles per hour around the track, making so many decisions, and they do not have the time to be calculating tyre strategy. They can obviously give info to the team because they can feel the car, they understand how much grip or how much life's in the tyres, but they need to be able to trust that the team could do the calculations to figure out which tyre is best to be on at what time and how to get to the end of the race in the fastest time with tyre strategy. The driver's job is to do that strategy as fast as possible and give input back to the team to help them make the right decisions with tyres. I mean, it's not that hard. However, Ferrari has messed that up, and realistically, if you are Charles Leclerc or Carlos Sainz, are you going to trust your team anymore? That is the problem now. I think one mistake's fine, it happens. 2, 3 mistakes. We're at the point where it's ridiculous amount of mistakes now. So the drivers must have lost faith in the team, and if the drivers don't trust the team, it becomes a real issue, because people say it's about the drivers. It's a team sport. You need your team, your mechanics, your strategist, and the drivers all working as one to win a championship. And Ferrari have not got that at the moment. The other insane thing is Ferrari's reluctance to admit any fault or mistake was made with strategy. So after the race, Binotto came out and he said, well, we wasn't that fast. We think we did the better strategy. And he really didn't go down and really say, okay, we made a mistake. We could have did this better. And I don't know if that's just because they're speaking to the media and they just want to stay strong and basically not blame their strategist, and internally they'll sort it out, or if they really are reluctant to acknowledge that anything's wrong and have an almost arrogance or ignorance, whereas they believe Ferrari don't make mistakes. So that is something that they need to sort out. I mean, it could just be for the media and for TV that they're just basically saying, hey, we were good, we didn't make a mistake, it's the other teams were better, and just trying to like oust the fires and the flames and the issues with the public, but realistically it would have been better if Binotto came out and acknowledged the mistakes and basically given the fans, the Ferrari fans, an explanation and maybe some solution for the future of how they would change their processes so it doesn't happen again. And when you don't acknowledge something, well, I'm expecting, probably you guys are also expecting, that something like this is going to happen again. So is Ferrari making too many mistakes, or is everybody just being too harsh on them? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Lastly, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.